What up, y'all? It's your boy Lorenzo, aka Big Renzo.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Melissa, and we're here with another episode of Esoteric Love. So, today's episode, we'll be discussing dating someone with kids. So, dating a person with kids. Okay? So, as tricky as it sounds, it is just as bad as it sounds.
She had kids. Ain't that the Like Junior song?
I think something like that.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if it's right, but I just had to go for it.
Yeah, because something's wrong with you. But yes, dating someone with kids. Easier said than done, I would say. But it's not something that's impossible, but it is something that you have to put your seatbelt on and be ready to dive in head first if that's what you're open to do. We were, I guess you would say, blessed as well. Blessed to have. We both had kids coming in,
Yeah.
but they were small. They were three.
In the same age.
Yeah, they were the same age, and they were both little. So we were blessed in that sense, to not have to deal with a teenager or
Oh, I couldn't even.
yeah.
I couldn't even imagine that.
Imagine
You ain't my daddy. So I don't know why I
exactly.
yelled in the mic, but
I couldn't imagine having to deal with a teenager, a girl that's just in that attitude stage. I just so that's why I say we were blessed. I think they were three,
yeah.
and like I said, same age, both
Fresh three.
Yeah.
Just turned three.
just turned three. They were both boys. It was just perfect for us. So I'm happy about that. But I can't say it was the easiest road, definitely, but it's good road now. So yeah, that's what I would say.
Yeah, I mean, look, if you must know, no, it's fine. It all goes into. I think it may be different for people that don't have a kid and get with somebody with a kid,
Oh
because
yeah.
you definitely won't know how to deal with that, or how it works, and
Or don't have their kids 24/7.
those type of people. You know what I'm saying? It might be a whole different thing. Me personally, like I said, we were lucky to
Yeah.
have kids. We know how it operates. We know that these kids got a parent and another parent.
Exactly. There it is.
Man. So,
Yeah. It kind of makes you especially the discipline part. It's not really that you want to discipline nobody, but you still have to figure out that
they black kids, people get disciplined. And you gonna get disciplined some kind of way. Voluntarily and involuntarily.
we, so it's still that foggy water that you have to you don't know what to do or how to do it. My famous line, I'm tell your daddy. So that's my famous line. But of course, them getting older or whatever, we both treat them the same way. There's no
For
difference.
sure.
There's no, nothing like that. So if one's getting yelled at, the other one's getting yelled at. That's just
Point
what
blank,
it is now.
point blank, period.
But we 12 years in, 11 years in, so they both get yelled at. But anyways, people starting off and dating someone with kids, it's really a touchy subject because kids, especially with moms, they're gonna come first. That's just what it is. Moms are always gonna be super overprotective of their kids, and that's just how it is. And so things that may be said or done may not intentionally be wrong or said in a wrong way, but of course, like I said, especially a mom is going to a lot of times take it a little worse than what it is, because we don't know the person's intentions. We don't know, are you just here for me? Are you here because I'm a package deal? Do I come with baggage, so I would expect someone to care about my child the same way you care, that you're going to care for me, not just well, I like you, I'm ready to see you, but that kid, just throw that kid to the side.
that ain't
Like,
cool. Yeah, for real.
it's a difference. So I'm just speaking in it as myself. Like, I have to know your intentions. I have to know what you're saying is in a constructive criticism type of way. It's I'm you're saying this person is, you're saying my child needs to do this or my child doesn't do that. That's fine. Like, I'm okay with that, but just I have to know that it's coming out of caring, genuine, caring place, not just like a negative, like you're just, I don't know, just like a negative place. Like, I have to know that what type of person you are. So that goes to my next point really quick, is not letting people meet your child too soon.
Yeah.
Not too soon, because you have to get to know that person. You have to figure out all that. And especially if you're a person that don't stay in relationships too long, you really want to make sure this person has all the key points that you're looking for before you introduce, the other person to your child. Because you also don't want, oh, that's Henry and Gary and Jack, like,
yeah, going down the list, like,
because then you're exposing your child to thinking it's okay to do all that. But that's a whole nother topic. But just dealing with somebody with kids, it's just something you have to really make sure that you're ready for, and have that internal talk with yourself to see, is this something I'm ready for? Because you may get a kid that's completely open arms and ready to have fun. But if you don't know if you're ready for that, because there's a lot of aspects in that. So are you ready to deal with the baby daddy drama or the baby mama drama? Are you ready to deal with, I have to drop everything that I'm doing because my kid needs me? Are you ready for, I gotta, we had a date, but I can't show up now because I gotta take my kid to the urgent care. Like, are you ready for that? And that person has to really have an internal talk with themselves to make sure that's something that they're ready for. Because then you get attached to this child, and that child gets attached to you. Now you're doing that whole disappearing out their life when you decide, oh, this is too much for me. And in a sense, that's not fair. That's not fair because you're the adult in the situation. So you should know if you're ready or not. Or, at least somewhat know if you're ready or not. That's what I would say in a sense, because, like I said, it's just not fair to the child to have different people in and out their lives. And like I said, me, dealing with his son, like, I'm not going to just, I can't do this. Like, I don't know. It's just, I knew that I was ready to do that because, I had a child myself. So it's a little different. But I knew I still have that talk that's something that I'm open to welcoming in and dealing with. That's I had to have that talk with myself because, like I said, it's not fair to the child when they can't see you no more or whatever. How do you explain that? But like I said, whole nother conversation.
for another date.
Yeah, that's a whole, But then you also can have the child, on the other hand, that is super disrespectful. The child that just, I hate you, don't like you, don't know you, don't want to get to know you, all that, So on that end, it's like, what do you do? Because that can be a little overwhelming, but what do you do? And I would say the parent of that child needs to nip that in the bud early. Like, they need to say something to the kid, because that's not your place to be like, I don't know. To me, it's not my place to be like, oh, of course you can say, I don't like that you talk to me like that or whatever, but it's the parent's place to say, don't be disrespectful. This is this person,
that's where it starts.
Blah, blah, blah. They should be able to check that situation and kind of nip that in. But that still doesn't mean that the child is going to be accepting accepting to you, but it still should be an effort with the parent to stop it at least. And because it's sometimes it's a lot because of course you have, well, not all the time, but sometimes you have the other parent that is putting things in the kid's head. They're trying to make the kid not like the new person.
No, I gotta keep that in
And they're kids, so of course they can be persuaded easily. So it happens. It happens. And so, like in our situation, it was a little bit kind of like that. But he took the initiative to, pull him to the side, like, what's going on, and kind of talk to him and see, where his head's at or whatever, or what's going on, so that communication can happen to change that. But it was just it's definitely a work in progress. It's not something that's easy. You do have to put a lot of energy into it. You have to be, take the time to dissect it and try to figure out ways to, to figure out the situation. Because, like I said, even if a kid isn't accepting to it, doesn't mean that at any point they'll turn the corner and then like you, in a sense. Working at it, like trying to talk to the kid, or play with the kid, or be present with the kid. Just not being there, like just sitting there and don't talk to them, don't do nothing. That it's ways to try to engage with the child. I know it's
it's just like it's new for the kid, it's new for the adult as well. And like I said, as the adult, you have to put in the effort.
A little more effort.
Yeah, a little more effort than the kid. Of course, the kid gonna be the kid. He gonna do what he gonna do.
Yeah.
She gonna do what she gonna do. But you have to be the adult. Like, okay, I understand where you're coming from, because you can articulate what's going on because you're an adult.
Yeah.
The kids don't know. They don't know what they feeling. They just know that you ain't my dad or you ain't my mom, and you trying to tell me something.
And you trying to tell me,
and that's the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah, and that's true. It's like that's all they know, and they're still a kid. So you kind of have to step on step on the ledge and extend the olive branch, pretty much, kind of, I would say. Try to interact with them. Try to get them to understand, that you care about them. Like, of course, like I said, it takes time. So all this don't happen on the first day. It just doesn't happen on the first day. But taking the time out and really, like I said, being positive. Try to be more positive than negative in the situation. Positive, like, just really, really, really trying to throw out things that will be helpful. And like I said, just if the child is playing the game, or see if you can play with them. Hey, you want me to play? Or, hey, let's go mow the lawn together. Let's go to the store, or whatever. Something to try to get a relationship with that child. Because, like I said, it's easier said than done. I cannot act like it's just a walk in the park. But with the time, with the effort, you'll be able to hopefully turn things around. But like I said, that's something that you have to know. And if it is too much, then to discuss it with your spouse or whoever you're with.
I think that's something that needs to be discussed.
What, in the beginning?
In the beginning. Because you got to know if that person is even. Some people just don't feel kids at all.
No,
like they have.
But then I would think you wouldn't mate with nobody with the kid. Like,
well, that's the thing. They didn't see the kid when they first got at the person. They saw the person like, oh shoot, hey, you got some kids. Oh, I ain't got to see them. You never know what people's mind, what their mind is. Because when I saw you, I didn't know you had no kids. A kid. I didn't know you had a kid until I came to visit you the second time. When I came to visit you the second time, and I saw, I was like, hey, who's that in your car? like the picture.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He was like, oh, that's my son. And I was like, oh, you got a son? I got one too. So it was like, you people don't just throw that out on the first time meeting somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that that's what you want to do and that's who you want to pursue as well.
No, that's true.
And just because you got a kid don't mean you like other people's kids too. You know what I'm saying?
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Not me per se, but other people. You know what I'm saying? Like they, oh man, I just like my kid. I don't want to put no backpacks on. I don't want to put no shoes.
Yeah.
Like when I first met, see, I don't like to say your son, he's my son, so I don't care what y'all say. Y'all better follow along with me. When I first met, our son, it was just me being who I am. Like I said, we was on Superman high. Hey, Superman high. Like, having a good time. Like, it wasn't a fake. It wasn't nothing fake.
Yeah, that's
it was just being genuine and being real. I'm not saying you gotta get in good with the kids so you can do whatever you're gonna do with the parent of the kid. But just be cool. Like, you also got to realize that kid has his own parent.
Yeah.
Two parents. Or however it works out.
Yeah.
You just got to be mindful of that as well. That's where it starts for real.
Yeah.
You got to make sure you know all what comes with it. Like you definitely have to. You can't just a kid walk by and you just like don't even acknowledge the kid is there. That ain't my kid. Like come on, man, grow up.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and it's just, it's something like you have to, like you said, some people don't know like other people's kids, but I would think you would know that in the beginning. So don't that needs to be your first question. Do you got kids? No? Okay, let's talk. Come here.
At the end of the day, that is your child. So and everybody is raised differently as well. So just because you did things a certain way, you can't just automatically assume that kid gonna be like how you is. That's not how it works neither. Like I said, we had to find out because we grew up different.
Yeah.
We raised our kids different. But when we came together, of course, as a couple, raising the kids that we brought in this world together, we take pieces from each other.
Exactly. We had to find it.
We had to find it.
Had to find a medium with each other. Because, like, we have a podcast early on that, and just different things would in the beginning cause us arguments, but like you said, we had to find that common medium because we were raised differently. So just because, like, if his mom was hard on him, I'm not saying she was, I'm just saying if his mom was hard on him and my mom was lenient, that doesn't mean you be just how your mom was and be super hard on my child. It's you can't do that. You have to discuss it. You have to know what is what.
Because I'd be dang if my daughter be sitting around here washing everybody's dishes because she's the woman, she the girl.
Yeah.
In my household growing up, my mom said the girls wash dishes, the dudes don't have to. They take out the trash and stuff like that. I wish, listen, everybody washes dishes in this house. Everybody. But how I was raised, I didn't have to. But my wife, she wasn't. Everybody, if you don't mess up some dishes, you better wash them and clean them. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that from her. And as I thought about it, I'm like, man, I wish I would have my daughter washing everybody's dishes, and she, especially if she didn't make no mess on none. Heck no.
Exactly.
Yeah. So it's a lot that goes with it. You just gotta really know what you want to do and know what you're getting into. Like I said, she dealt with some baby mama drama, from me, but I didn't deal with much baby daddy drama from her. But all of that plays a part in it as well. You just have to understand that you there for that child. You gonna be around that child. Be cool with that child. Especially if it's early on, if it's anything with discipline, you run it to the mom.
Yeah. Or
run it to the dad. Like, that's not your place to be like, hey man, I told you not to something. Yeah. That ain't that. Hey, don't be yelling at my child. like for real. Like where me and my wife is now, like shoot, they do something, go get at them. She like vice versa. Yeah. Because we've been together for a long time, and she see where my heart is, and she know what I'm on. Yeah. So
we still don't take it to like that level though. We'll still,
no, ain't nobody whooping nobody. It's just tell them.
And even our tone is like, we're telling them, but we don't take it all extra like that. So, it's
I got
just,
teenagers. I be on their head.
yeah, but you
She don't. I be on their head. Like you a teenager, they walk around with their shirt off and six packs and trying to talk crazy. They don't get that 2P, both of them. Anyway.
But also, I want to say, not something that I like or whatever, but dealing with the baby mama or the baby daddy, sometimes the parent, with child that, sometimes in that relationship, you run into situations that you guys feel like shouldn't have happened. But a lot of the times it's the spouse, your spouse trying to avoid a conflict with the other person or avoid arguments with the other person.
Other person meaning the child's parent?
The child's other parent, yeah. It trying to avoid the headache that goes along with certain things. So, even the smallest thing like, let's just say me. So my baby daddy was supposed to pick up my child. So we're dating. My baby daddy was supposed to pick up my child. Okay, he didn't show up, or he can't, or whatever it is. Now I have to stop and do what I'm doing to go pick him up. Of course, I'm going to do that because that's my child. Like, I'm going to do that. But in some instances, the person that you're dating gets upset that you're being lenient on them, or you're on the other parent. You're being lenient, or you still care about them, or you whatever. But a lot of times it's really just trying to avoid a conflict. I can't say I'm guilty of that a long time ago. I was guilty of some of those things, because I didn't see, like you said, I dealt with a lot of the baby mama drama. He didn't have to deal with very much crap on the other end. So I had to understand the other side of things. I had to understand the other side of things. So I didn't have all the drama to have to deal with for me either. Like, it's kind of confusing. So I was guilty. Like I said, I was guilty.
It's not confusing.
You
saying
it's
it,
hard
but
because you can't say names.
You can't say that, but you beat behind the bush. I mean, it's fine.
It was.
You know what you really want to say.
Exactly, but like I said,
it's what?
You didn't have to deal with it as much as I had to deal with.
I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't.
So, and then on that, I didn't know what you were dealing with, having to see me deal with it. So, I wasn't that person in your situation, like the person like having to diffuse the situation. I didn't see that part of it. So I was guilty of, nagging and getting upset, or not seeing the other side of things, of him just trying to diffuse the situation or make it go away. Like, just get it out of here because it's annoying. I expected a reaction out of him when he was just trying to defuse the situation. So it's just, you really just have to be ready and prepared. That's all I can really say. Is
all the different avenues, and sometimes it might be an alley. You know what I'm saying? You got to go through, but it
really is, and it's just, it can be draining at times. It can be a headache, but when it's all put together, it can be beautiful. It can be, having a blended family, having, dealing with that. It can be beautiful. It's just, that ugly piece of clay that you turned into, ugly at first.
It's like when you're trying to get a fro and you got that ugly stage where it's too short to brush. I know it's too short to comb and it's too long to brush. Like that stage is what you got to go through. Like when you're trying to get dreads and you got the little twigs and they're just everywhere. It's kind of like that. If you must know, that's how it is.
Yes, so it's something that can be beautiful, but it's just putting the time and the work and the effort into it, because, like I said, this is something we dealt with something we got through. So we wanted to let you guys know that it's light at the end of the tunnel, because I know a lot of people that have dealt with it or tried to deal with it and couldn't. It's just, it's a lot. It's a lot, especially, like I said, the parents of the parents, the parents of the kids, the dealing with the kids one on one, not knowing what to do, what to say, not knowing how they feel about you, not knowing, it's just, it's a lot. It's a lot. But
yeah, we get everybody's personality is different as well. Like you might not be like me, where I was super like and not animated, but I was like real cool, like like hey buddy, like or whatever. Some people might be like, oh, what's up, bro? Like kids don't operate off of what's up, bro. Especially if you ain't their daddy or mama, they're gonna be like, nah, exactly. I mean, it's definitely, you got to learn the child. You have to want to learn the child.
Yeah.
Like, cause even all of our kids are different. Every last one of them are different. You can't do the same thing for one that you can do with the rest of them. Everybody's different.
Just stare at you. One might just look at you. One will laugh at you. Won't play. One will be like,
exactly.
Yeah. But even for I wanted to say that too. That was a good point though. Even for the spouse that's coming in to the child, give that person a little time too, because they may not be very open. Yeah. Very like a hey, like how me and you are. Like I'm pretty quiet to myself. I don't like talking to people. Like like that's me. He's very outgoing. He can hold a conversation with people and just.
I don't like awkward silence.
Exactly. I'm the awkward silence queen. Like, we could just sit there and I will not care.
She'll look around and grab that phone. Like, okay, well, that's where we at.
Exactly. But he's the person you sit next to and they can be like, hey, man, how you doing today? Like, he's that kind of person. Me, I'll just sit there. So.
But to your credit, you get better.
I'm trying. Thank you. But that's something you have to give that person time to develop as well. Try to, encourage them instead of knocking them down. Encourage them, go talk to them. Go, give them some ideas of what to do. Because that person may not be an open person just to walk up and, hey man, let's play a game. Like, it's just, or, hey, let's play dress up. Or, let's have a tea party. Whatever it is. They may not be that kind of person. Like I say, even though they are the adult, but you as the spouse, and if it's something you guys want to work, give them ideas of what to do. Encourage them, be positive in the situation, because nothing about it is easy. So every aspect is hard. So give them some positive feedback. Give them a push to do better and push them to want to, and talk to the kid, hey,
hey, little dude.
Hey, buddy. Like, I don't know. Something. You just
it's going to be awkward at first. Exactly. It is. You just got to get past the awkward.
It's something that may take years. It's just.
Yeah, it's not something that's going to happen overnight.
Like I said, even if it's especially hard when you have teenagers, you have older kids. Even an 8-year-old is hard to, I like little kids, but it might be hard to deal with. But like I said, we were blessed because they were 3, so they didn't even know nothing going on anyway, at the time. So, yeah. Yeah,
one of the sons, all he know is us. Mm-hmm. And he know he got a mama, but all he know is us. He's like, I don't know. All I know is y'all been together. I don't know nothing. So it is a little easier that way. You know what I'm saying? But
better than the things that I do see, see out there, the situations I see out there. But yeah, it was better.
Well, I hope you guys got some gems out of that. I really hope so. And you know what help us too? And I hope y'all do this when y'all listen to it on your Apple products. And I'm an Android guy myself, but you Apple people, if you can leave a rate us 5 stars and leave a comment on that thing, it'll help us out big time, easier to find, and that'll do us some good. So we're about to get up out of here, and I'm gonna let my wife let y'all know where y'all can find us at.
All right. So of course you can find us at esotericlove.net. That's where you can find the merch, beautiful shirts. You can find our Instagram is esotericlove00, and our Facebook is esoteric love. So find us, follow, hit us up, share. Just give us some feedback. Hit us up about questions if you have any questions. All that good stuff.
And it's been real. We appreciate y'all being here. Until next time, we up out of here. Much love.
Love y'all.